Good afternoon from Seaworld Orlando. We are here today because there has been a little bit of progress on Howl-O-Scream Orlando. We've gotten a few announcements and I kind of want to look around the park and see if there's anything that we can see happening in the park. Also, they just released a new version of their app with a lot more features, and we get to talk to one of the co-developers of the app today. But before we talk to them, we're going to talk about what the app does now. So let's go inside, look for Howl-O-Scream, and talk about this app. There it is. Manta is running right now, and I did bring the GoPro just in case we could get on it today. So I wonder what the wait is, but the fun fact about the app now is that we can see what the wait times are before heading over there. There it is. I just went down a little bit to rides and clicked on Manta. It's currently a 30-minute wait, and then it can get directions on how to get there from where we're standing. Not very far. We're like right next to the entrance to it. Something else that I thought was neat is it tells you what the height requirement. So if you're 54 inches or greater, you can ride the ride. So something else that's neat about the app is if you look at the wait times, like if you kind of go through and look at all of the wait times, like Manta is 30, Infinity Falls is 60, Mako 25, Journey to Atlantis 50, and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, those are kind of like long waits. I'd like to buy Quick Queue. You can buy unlimited Quick Queue right here in the app. For $70, you can buy it right now. Designer detail shout out. Look at how these fence posts twist, like the guardrails twist. Then if you look up, the coaster track twists around too. So I feel like it's kind of like a play off that coaster track right there. Over here by the Dolphin Adventure Show, and there is a team member out here holding up a sign that says that this show is full. So if Dolphin Adventures is a show you definitely don't want to miss out on, the next show is at 5:30, and something you can do in the app is you can reserve seats. So you can buy specifically reserved seats for $60 a piece directly in the app. Also, it gives you all of the different show times for the day, so you can see the next show is at 5:30. Oh, there's Manta getting ready to go right above me here. Here they go. Whoa. Also, something that I think will really help a bunch of people out is they have accessibility information so that if you need a specific area to come in for a wheelchair or something like that, they tell you exactly where to go and where you're going to be sitting. Also, it gives a brief description of the show so that you can see exactly what you're in for if you're planning on coming to the show. So we're sort of towards the back of the park over here by Journey to Atlantis, and Kraken is just around the corner over here. Right through this area is an area called Antarctica. So the whole reason that I came back to this area is because Howl-O-Scream Orlando has announced 3 new experiences that will probably be in this area. So there's nothing specifically published that says that these different experiences for Howl-O-Scream will be in this area of the park. But once you hear the names and the descriptions of these houses and roaming haunts, I'm sure that you will agree with me that this is probably where they're going to be. So the haunted house is called Beneath the Ice. In the icy wilderness above the Arctic Circle, a research facility was lost, buried under the snow, and cut off from the outside world. Something compelled you to join the rescue party, but doubt is creeping in. Was that laughter or the wind? That shiver you feel isn't from the cold. These chambers aren't just frozen tombs, they're pulsing with unspeakable horrors, and you'll have to stay frosty and stay alert to survive. So there is going to be a roaming haunt called Frozen Terror, which I think should have the same theme as Beneath the Ice, which is the name of the haunted house. But I think it might move around the park, sort of near the area of Antarctica and Empire of the Penguin here. It's called Frozen Terror. You might think you're a safe distance from the snow-entombed research facility, but you're not free from the frozen horrors. This inhospitable Arctic wasteland is swarming with icy subhuman walkers. They may have pickaxes and shovels, but they're not here to help dig for survivors. They're here to turn you into one of them. So reading that description of that roaming haunt, I believe that should be in the entire Antarctica area rather than just near the haunted house entrance, because they say you may think that you're far enough away from the research facility, which could be anywhere inside of this Antarctica area. So that's why I'm sort of assuming they're just like in this area rather than like, you know, over by Mako or something like that. There's also a themed bar experience over here called Tormented. This is one place where a frosty cold one is a good thing. Take refuge from the wintry terrors of the Arctic hellscape outside and do a refueling here. If you are feeling feeling mischievous, you can even join in and frighten your fellow expeditioners while they're braving the horrors beneath the ice. After reading this description, I believe that means that there's going to be guest-activated triggers that will set off some effect inside of the haunted house, or maybe out in the roaming haunts area of the park. I don't know, I'm really interested to see what that is and what they're talking about when they say that you can interact with other guests experiencing the horror outside of the themed bar. So speaking of buried Arctic research facilities, there is a restaurant in this area of the park called Expedition Cafe. And if we look at the app, we can see some information about Expedition Cafe, and we can even view the menu. We got Asian, American, and Italian dishes available. You can even buy all-day dining in here. Not a bad deal, $44.99 to eat all day as often as once every hour for one low price. Just wanted to come inside and have a look around Expedition Cafe. There is no indoor seating here. This is where you pick up and pay for all your food. So one of the things that I'm most excited for with this app refresh is they now have mobile ordering at some locations. So take, for instance, Seafire Grill here. If we click on it, you can see down here at the bottom there is a button that says order food. And then we can pick out different entrees and different foods that we'd like to pick up, add them to our cart and buy them right here in the app, and then just go inside and pick them up. There's even a little A-frame sign out front that tells you how to place an order, like a mobile order. There's a QR code for you to scan, so it'll take you to the app. All right, I have now placed an order. I did a nice quick order for a bottle of water, and you can see it says my order is ready to be picked up. Let's see how long that took. So about 2 minutes to get a bottle of water, not bad at all. So from Seafire Grill, Flamecraft Bar is just to the left. And the mobile order pickup was down at the far end of this bar here. So I came back up to the front of the park because I'm waiting to meet the co-developer of the app, Brian. And then I think we're going to maybe go ride a roller coaster and talk a little bit about the future of the app. I'm kind of excited for that. So right across from the dolphin nursery, there is this area of the park that is used for special events, and one thing I always liked about it is that it has the different special events times and dates up on it, but also they now have added that to the app. So if you're not in the park and you're looking for what's coming up next, you can see we've got Electric Ocean happening right now, and then the Craft Beer Festival coming up in August, just like it says right here on this sign. All right, so we are back here by Mako, and we are here with Brian.
Hey, I'm Brian Lampka. I'm the VP of Mobile Apps and In-Park Digital Experiences for Seaworld. We're going to be riding Mako and talking more about the app.
All right, so Brian, have you ridden Mako before?
I have, one time.
One time. So this will only be your second time. Do you have a preference, front row or back row?
The last time I was in the back row.
Okay, I think we're going to be in the back row again. It's good. Back row is good.
All right, let's do it.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start right now, or do you want to wait till we're actually moving?
Let's start right now.
Okay. So, what is... Oh. So, let's talk about... Right now, there's a lot of neat features in the app, but I'm assuming that there's a lot more coming.
Yeah.
So, like, what kind of things can we expect in the next coming months, years?
Let's talk months. Years,
okay.
Years is a long time. So when we launched the app, we focused solely on the in-park experience.
Okay.
So if you look at it, you'll notice you can't buy tickets and passes.
Okay.
There's no pass member portal. Things that are very critical to the app experience, we didn't launch with.
Okay.
And that's because when you're launching a new app, you kind of have to make a call at some point on when is it good enough. And there's many. So we looked at all the feedback that we're getting in the App Store reviews and in our customer surveys, and decided that if we can build a good park experience, then it would be good enough to launch.
Okay.
And so that's what we launched with. So in the immediate future are some of those things, right? So we've gotten a lot of really positive App Store reviews, and customer sentiment is really high. We've also gotten a lot of feedback around those missing features.
Okay.
So that's what we're focusing on. Hold on.
Mention that you just landed. You just got off a plane right now.
That's a good way to welcome me back to Orlando.
So as you were saying?
Yeah, so a lot of the feedback we're getting is around some of those missing features. And so we're taking that feedback in and prioritizing it. So one of the first things we're going to be working on, or we are working on, is providing our pass members access to their pass member accounts from the app.
Now that we're off the roller coaster, do you want to continue with what you were saying?
Sure. So the second thing that we're working on is really continuing to improve the in-park experience. Our goal is for the app to be your essential in-park companion, and to that end, we're trying to make it easier for you to get the information that you need. So pulling information forward so you don't have to dig down into like a detail page to find out information about a ride or wait times, as well as improving the layout of information like show times. We're also working on wait times. So wait times is one of those things where time is the most valuable commodity in the park, and so having reliable wait times can really help you better plan your day.
Right.
And so we've automated wait times at a couple of the rides, and we're working to roll that out at more rides across all the Seaworlds, as well as some of our water parks as well.
Okay. So this app will be available for like Aquatica?
It is available for Aquatica, yes. So we've launched Seaworld for all 3 Seaworld parks and Aquatica for all 3 Aquatica parks.
Okay.
And then we're working on individual apps for the rest of the SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment brands. So Busch Gardens, Sesame Place, and Discovery Cove.
Okay. So is there anything else that you wanted to mention as far as things that are coming up?
The last thing is we know that guests don't just use the app in the park, they also use it outside of the park to help plan their trip. And so we're working on building not only the ability to purchase tickets and passes and in-park products in advance of your visit, but also pulling in information about show times and other information events that you can see in advance to help plan when's the best time for you to go.
Okay, I like that. That way you can tell, like, okay, I want to go see this show at this time before you even make it to the park.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that was super neat to be able to talk to Brian and learn about things that are coming to the app. It sounds like they've got a lot of things planned, and I can't wait to see the progression of it, because just now, like just getting the new version of the app, it is so much easier to use. Now we're gonna go have a look around and see if we can see some Howl-O-Scream stuff. I just realized back by Infinity Falls, that's where I need to head, because I think there might be some stuff going on inside of the Waterway Grill. So we are back here by Infinity Falls, and we're headed back towards the Waterway Grill because I believe we should be able to see something that has been set up for Howl-O-Scream. Ooh, yeah, it looks like we've got some big black walls set up inside here. I'm assuming that this is for Howl-O-Scream, because why else would they put up big black walls right here, right? So just to the right of the bar. So that would be over in this section over here. And they have this blue wall set up too. I don't know if that's new or not, but it basically just looks like that's a seating area outside, because the blue wall doesn't block everything off. Well, maybe they're just like storing the tables back there, like extra tables that they took out of this area. So maybe this will be a haunted house inside of here, or like a themed bar experience or something. We can't see inside, but we'll definitely be peeking around as the event draws nearer, see if we can get any more clues as to what's happening back here. Man, we really do need to come back and go to Sesame Street Land with Jackson. Now that he's been watching it and like he knows what Sesame Street is, I think he will really enjoy himself. But right now, we're gonna head back over towards Icebreaker. So even though the park is open until 10 o'clock tonight, I think we might be calling it a day soon, because storm is rolling in. It's always so interesting to me to see like a family of bunnies just in the middle of a theme park. There they are. Some bunnies hanging out. So the last time that I was here, I said that I thought that maybe they were waiting for this outbuilding to be finished before opening up Icebreaker. Looks like it's all done. Looks like they're stocking it up right now. Some waters and stuff. And we've got lots, oh, they might actually be open right now. Lots of icebreaker merch. Oh, this is also where you'll pick up your photos from the ride. I feel like we are so close to opening. There are no more construction walls up. And the train is on the track. We're just waiting for the grand opening now. You can see it, there's the train on the track down there. They're ready to go, I think. Yeah, look at that. Lockers are ready. Quick queue is ready. Can I can't buy a quick queue for, I'm touching. Maybe it's not fully set up just yet because this is specifically for Icebreaker. And Icebreaker is not open. There's the sign, loose articles are not permitted, but because this is a SeaWorld park, we should be able to bring a GoPro on it. And here are the requirements. Guests must be at least 54 inches to ride alone, and then guests between 48 and 54 must be accompanied by a supervising companion at least 14 years or older. Man, I think this is gonna be real good. This is strange. I didn't even think about that. Like, one guest must occupy one seat. Huh. What? Like, there's no lap sitting? There is a sign out front that says, anticipated opening 2021. We're just waiting on the word. So over here by Wild Arctic, there is a bar called the Glacier Bar. And I wanted to point out they have some really fun items on the menu. But I think my favorite thing is this cool down cookies and chocolate milk, handmade chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwich, and then a Passport triple chocolate stout. I wonder if I can just buy that sandwich. Oh, they do have some like bacon and cheddar beef sliders, truffle veggie pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, peppered brisket, waffle fries. That sounds real good. Holy cow. So this entrance to Wild Arctic is closed. And they've got an Electric Ocean sign out front. But I'm wondering, you think they could be putting one of the haunted houses in here? You never know. Like, there's kind of a lot of space for queue out here, and then they could have the scary bits inside. That could be the ice-themed houses, but I'm fairly confident they're over there by Antarctica. So that's what I'm thinking. Because the half-buried base, like research base, I think that's what really sells me on that area of the park. Just wanted to have a look over here at the rest of Icebreaker. It's gonna be a nice, easy roller coaster to ride. There are launches, of course. It does go forward and backward with launching elements, but it's not too incredibly tall, and there's no loops or anything like that. There are a few overbanks where it banks pretty hard, but no loops. So this will be a good like transition roller coaster. All right, it's time for us to head out. As you can see, there's definitely a storm rolling in and some rain just over there. So probably maybe like another 10-15 minutes before the rain gets here. I think it's time for me to leave. I did want to point out that on this list of things that are coming to SeaWorld, Halloween Spooktacular is still on there because during the day on the weekends in September and October, they are going to be having the family-friendly event of Spooktacular. And then at night, they're gonna switch over to Howl-O-Scream. So it was a fantastic trip out to SeaWorld Orlando. I'm glad we got to talk to Brian about all of the stuff that's coming to the app. I'm glad we got to explore the app a little bit. I really like the refresh. It's definitely easier to use, and it has a lot more features that are very, very guest friendly. Mobile ordering is a big plus in my book. Glad we got to go on Mako too. That was like a nice little unexpected twist where we got to get on Mako and talk to Brian about it. It was funny that that was like right after he got off the plane. Like he landed, drove here, and then we got on Mako and talked. Good times. Also, I am very, very, very excited for Howl-O-Scream and everything that is coming this Halloween season. I like that this is the first time that this park has had Howl-O-Scream, and I'm excited to see what they do, where the houses are, where the scare zones are. We can sort of assume that we know where one is going to be at least in the area that is out in front of Empire of the Penguin, but everything else, I'm not sure. Like, who knows? It could be a ton of different places around the park. So we'll have to keep coming back and checking it out to see what we can see. Who knows? We might start to see some props going up real soon. So all in all, a fantastic day. With that being said, we are off. We'll see you all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.